Hello everyone, welcome to a special installment of my series, Machine Spotlight. In this installment, we will be revisiting a machine first introduced in Horizon Zero Dawn, the Thunderjaw. The Thunderjaw can even be considered the mascot of Horizon Zero Dawn, with the collector's edition including a replica statue. The Thunderjaw remains mostly unchanged for Horizon Forbidden West, and is still one of the largest and most fearsome machines you will encounter on your journey. The Thunderjaw most closely resembles a Tyrannosaurus Rex, with its massive head, body, and tail being supported by two powerful legs, with an absence of any upper extremities. What it lacks in forearms, it more than makes up for in arms. Weapons, that is. In this video, I will be covering key information such as its locations, weak points, combat strategies, and more. Let's start by looking at the Thunderjaw's locations on the map. There are 5 marked sites, as well as 2 unmarked sites. The first site you will likely encounter is located just south of the settlement Stone's Echo. Here you will find a lone Thunderjaw, seemingly guarding access to the nearby survey drone. The next site is located against the hills south of the Tenakth capital of Scalding Spear, within earshot of the nearby Tallneck. Here, you will find a single Thunderjaw alongside some grazing Fanghorns. The third of the marked sites is located in the hills north of Scalding Spear. Here you can find a lone Thunderjaw. However, due to a recurring scripted event, you may instead find a group of rebels salvaging a downed Thunderjaw. The next site lies west, between the Tenakth settlement of Saltbite and the capital, the Grove. Here, you will find a Thunderjaw amidst ruins of old world wind turbines, which does a great job at showing the true scale of the machine. The last of the marked sites lies in the snow-covered mountains, just south of Cliffwatch. Here you will find a single Thunderjaw, with no other machines in the area. The first of the unmarked sites lies on the northern bank of Mono Lake. When traveling through the area, a Thunderjaw will come storming down the slopes, ready to ambush unsuspecting travelers. The final site is also unmarked, just below the downed Horus near the Far Zenith base. This site, however, is tied to the quest The Valley of the Fallen. When the quest is active, you will find a Thunderjaw as well as a Tremortusk and Skydrifter. Keep in mind, the machines here will not respawn after being killed. With the help of some viewers, I found that once the mission is completed, a Dreadwing will resume spawning on the nearby beach. Now let's review the machine catalog entry on the Thunderjaw. Thunderjaw, a level 30 combat heavyweight machine. A hulking, heavily armed and armored combat machine. It moves and strikes with speed and ferocity, while relentlessly deploying its array of powerful weapons. It is weak versus purge water and acid damage, and strong versus frost and shock damage. Notable loot includes Glow Blast, Metal Shards, Crystal Braiding, Braided Wire, Large Machine Core, Thunderjaw Circulator, Thunderjaw Primary Nerve, Volatile Sludge, Machine Muscle, Luminous Brainstem, Metal Bone, and Sturdy Hardplate. Next, let's look at the entry for the only other variant of the Thunderjaw, the Apex Thunderjaw. Apex Thunderjaw, a level 48 combat heavyweight machine. A hunter-killer variant recognizable by black and gold armor plates and purple muscles. It has been modified to be significantly more resilient and deadly. It cannot be overridden. It is weak only to acid damage and strong versus every other elemental damage. The Apex Thunderjaw can be a great source for endgame loot, with 100% drop rates for Crystal Braiding, Metal Shards, Glow Blast, Luminous Brainstem, and Apex Thunderjaw Heart. It also drops Braided Wire, Thunderjaw Circulator, Large Machine Core, Thunderjaw Primary Nerve, Volatile Sludge, Piercing Spike, Machine Muscle, Metal Bone, and Sturdy Hardplate. Some differences from the regular variant to note are that Blaze canisters take the place of Chill Water canisters, and Purge Water canisters take the place of Shock canisters. Next, let's take a closer look at some of the Thunderjaw's weak points so that we can use them to our advantage in battle. 2 ammo drums serve as large storage containers for valuable resources. Tear them off to collect their contents. Twin rapid-fire cannons on the sides of its head can fire energy projectiles either horizontally or vertically. Removing them prevents the rapid-fire attack. It uses its large metal tail as one of its primary melee weapons. Destroying or detaching it can prevent these attacks. However, I would highly recommend detaching it when possible since it is a key upgrade resource. Its heart serves as its internal core. It is extremely vulnerable to damage after being exposed, as demonstrated here. Two disc launchers perched on its back serve as powerful heavy weapons that can launch a barrage of hovering explosive discs. Detach them to prevent these devastating attacks, and to use as a weapon yourself. The Data Nexus serves as the Thunderjaw's central processor. It is especially vulnerable to damage if exposed, as demonstrated here. The antenna, which is unfortunately not shown here, acts as a signal transmitter used to call in machine reinforcements. Detach it to prevent being overwhelmed by multiple machines. The radar acts as a detection device. It can emit a pulse that reveals enemies, including those in stealth, and scrambles focus signals in range. Detach it to prevent this ability. Glow Blast canisters hidden atop the Thunderjaw's back serve as Glow Blast storage. Tear them off to collect the resource, or shoot with a well-placed plasma arrow to detonate. Chill Water canisters act as chill water storage. They lie hidden beneath metal plates on the abdomen. Remove the metal plates, then shoot with the frost arrow to detonate and cause the brittle effect. Sparkers on the bottom of the tail act as shock storage. Tear them off to collect the resource, or shoot with the shock arrow to detonate. Now that we've taken a closer look at the Thunderjaw's weak points, let's familiarize ourselves with its range of attacks. Here, it uses its disc launchers to launch a few explosive discs in the air. Pay attention to the lasers so that you can know when to dodge. When it jabs its sharp, massive jaw forwards, dodge out of the way. Keep moving to avoid the volley of explosive discs. Don't let it know your next move when it fires its rapid-fire cannons, and you'll be able to easily avoid them. Dodge to the side when it runs in for a strike. Get too close and it will stomp the ground for an AoE attack. Watch out for its lunge attack as well as its tail slam if you find yourself behind it. And watch out for its sweeping tail attack. Once some of its weapons are removed, it will start using its energy beam attack. Take everything you learned here and apply it, and you'll be able to conquer Thunderjaws in no time. The Thunderjaw can indeed be overridden, however you will need to first clear the Kappa Cauldron and obtain its overrides. The override for the Thunderjaw will initially come corrupted, so you will have to craft an uncorrupted override in the base using 2 Thunderjaw tails and 1 Thunderjaw primary nerve. Now I'll demonstrate overriding a Thunderjaw in the wild. We're of course gonna set it to aggressive. Who will win, the Thunderjaw or the Tremor Tusk? The Thunderjaw wins with little contest, and sends the Tremor Tusk on a first-class flight to the junkyard. What a gentleman. Given the strength of the Tremor Tusk and how easily it was defeated in combat, it's safe to say the Thunderjaw is one of the most powerful overrides you can obtain. Finally, for this video, we'll take a look at the detachable heavy weapon we can use for ourselves in combat, the Disc Launcher. The Disc Launcher only holds 4 rounds when detached, and acts almost like a rocket launcher, launching the discs in a straight line with no drop-off. I love seeing it rip the armor off of a rollerback. That concludes this installment of Machine Spotlight, where we cast the spotlight on the Thunderjaw. I hope you are able to learn some helpful tips that make it easier for you to take one on yourself. Let me know what you think of the Thunderjaw in the comments below. I will never forget the first time I saw a Thunderjaw in Horizon Zero Dawn. It truly is an amazing machine. I'm glad it was carried over for Forbidden West. In a fair fight, who do you think would win, a Slaughter Spine or a Thunderjaw? I'd also like to see how it fares against a Slitherfang or Tide Ripper. Hopefully Guerrilla lets us find out in a DLC or sequel. If you liked this video, click like and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. In the next installment of Machine Spotlight, we'll take a look at the Stormbird, as requested by quite a few subscribers. If you haven't already, check out my other Machine Spotlight videos as well. As always, I'm Noxious Asp. Thanks for watching.